so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now in this pan, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil. About 2 tablespoons. That looks good. We're going to turn this on a medium-high heat. And we're going to let that heat up. And we're going to let that oil, maybe I should do this side. There we go. Yeah, right there. Okay. And so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fry our potatoes. Like not completely done, but fry them until they're browned. And so just let me heat that oil up a little bit, because we definitely want that oil to be heated up a little bit. Let me turn on this light. It should have sizzled, but it didn't. So this is my potatoes. This is 2 russet potatoes that I scrubbed and I diced up. And y'all know I do my dishes as I go. It helps. Okay, that's washed. Okay, so now we're gonna cook these potatoes. We're gonna let that get nice and hot. You can probably hear it sizzle. And once these potatoes start to, let me move this over here. Once these potatoes start to brown up, and then we will add, yeah, see, it's starting to go now. And then red onions, because the red onions is going to stop the potatoes from sticking so bad to the pan. So that was 1 red onion. Let me wash this up real quick. There we go. That was 1 red onion. And then we're going to fry that up with some potatoes a little bit. Now I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder, and this is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to have to put 2 of these in there. There we go. So there's my garlic powder. I put a teaspoon of garlic powder. Let's see. A teaspoon of red wine vinegar. Free beef bouillon. So we're going to add that in there. Then I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So here's a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper right there. And here's a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I use kosher salt, just so y'all know. Okay, now, this is what we're going to do. We've got them frying up a little bit. So this is the juice. This is the juice from my beans right here. And you can tell I had it in the refrigerator because it's now gelled. But we're going to add all that juice from my beans right here. And you can tell I had it in the refrigerator because it's now gelled. But we're going to add all that gelled juice from the pork hocks. And I put it in the refrigerator on purpose to get rid of the fat. I scraped all the fat off of it. And I'm going to add some water with that. So let me get me some water here. Okay. And I'm using the same container just so I can rinse that juice out. Just like that. So 2. Just like that. So that's about 6 cups of now. So just to show you guys, this is the pork hocks that I cooked in the Instapot, the pressure cooker last night, so that it was falling apart. And the reason that I picked through it like this is because pork hocks have little bones. And so you want to make sure you get all them little bones. Which I picked through it a couple times, you know, but sometimes you miss them. Especially when it's hot. So I'm just going to, this is all my pork hocks. See, there's one right there. See, that's one of the bones. That's why you pick through it. Now, that's why I do. There's another one. Right there. Green beans. 3 pounds of green beans. 2 potatoes, diced, scrubbed and diced. Pork hocks cooked prior to, so that, you know, you can separate the juice from the meat and the bones and put it in the refrigerator and separate the fat from the juice and all that. So that's why I do it that way. 1 onion chopped. I used red because I wanted the color. You can use white, yellow, whatever your little heart desires. 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar. 2 potatoes in this case. I used 2 russet potatoes diced. 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I used 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Salt and pepper, 1/2 teaspoon each. A little bit. That's what we want. We want that little bitty simmer. And then we're going to just drop. And this is going to get quite full. Now, y'all already know. Judging is not my best suit. I go, oh, heck, this will fit. Next thing you know, we got a mess all over the place. You know. Y'all already know. So, one of the things I think that we may do, maybe, that we can do while we are letting these green beans simmer, we can make some of them tacos from the masa. And we can try and, okay, that's it. So that's, look, all the green beans. I used them all. I'm going to cover it. Let me turn this down. I'm going to turn that down to a medium low and hope that's good. Let me get my lid. Right here. It looks dusty. Let me wash it. We go. Okay, and now we're going to cover it. And we're just going to let that cover. I'm going to set my timer right here that April got me. Isn't that the cutest little timer? April got me that. I love my timer. And we're going to set that for 45 minutes. Oh, let's do 50. What the heck? Okay, so our beans are looking mighty fine. Okay. Just a minute. Let me move my pan over here. Okay. Clean up my mess a little bit. Let me flip this over. Okay, let it cook on that side. And look. Okay. Look at the, oh, they smell so good, y'all. Oh, they look so good. I believe they're done. I do believe. Let me get a piece of the cornbread. See? Mama knows. Mama knows. Mama knows. Okay. Here's a piece of that cornbread. Right, sure. Oh boy. Them look so good, y'all. Let me get some. Let me get a little bit of rice. Right there. Oops.
I'll be back in a minute and I gotta take him out now.
We want some of that juice down in there.
Come on.
There it is.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay. And I'm gonna get a little hunk of butter. And we're gonna put it right on top of that cornbread, yeah. A little hunk of burning love. Here. Okay. Here's a spoon. Let's get a little ball of butter. Put it right on that cornbread. Just like that. Yeah. We gotta take a picture. Look at that, so pretty. Okay. Look at that. Should we put a little more juice over the top of that? That cornbread. Look at that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at him. Southern green beans, y'all. With cornbread and rice. What do you think about it? Okay, let's get him a fork. Let's take his dinner in here. Okay. Let me set you guys in here. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right. Let's go over here. Mama go make her a little bowl. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay. Let's see what he thinks about it. There it is. What's it taste like?
Having you taste the pork and the beans.
Can you taste the pork hocks?
Yep.
The flavor, beefy?
Yep, mixes with the
So cool.
mixes with the beans. So,
And the rice. It's hot still.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mikey, he likes it. Yay!
Do you measure your water in your rice like
With my finger,
with a one knuckle?
like Matt taught me.